brothers, sisters. I'm quite certain I speak for all who don the uniform of the 9/11 generation, and likely everyone here today. John F. Kennedy once said, "The cost of freedom is always high, but Americans have always paid it." One path we shall never choose, that's a path of surrender or submission. As we reflect on 20 long years of war since the godless, cowardly heathens attacked innocent Americans, 20 long years since we declared a war on a barbaric people who stand against all we freedom-loving, God-fearing Americans hold dear. 20 long years of American sacrifice, American heroism, and American bloodshed, all born by the very generation who saw those towers fall, and continued by a generation who were in many instances infants. Or as was the case in this latest tragic loss, not even born when this global campaign began. This is a war that has been handed off from father and mother to son and daughter. How many here have handed it off to a son or daughter? No other generation has had to do this. And you kept this nation safe. You kept this union of states and their citizens safe for 20 years. You did this. There were many who doubted the courage, the dedication, and the resolve of this, our latest generation of warrior. They would pale in comparison to our greatest generation, a spoiled generation, some maintain, lacking the mettle of our Korea or Vietnam veterans, and nowhere equal to our World War II generation. I'm quite certain that doubt no longer remains. Throughout 20 years of repetitive diplomatic and political fumbles and efforts to divert national defense priorities to false agendas and personal or partisan crusades, one thing remained constant. The American fighting men and women, this doubted generation, were the unflappable, resolute force that our nation could rely on, and rely they did. Throughout bloody battle after bloody battle in Iraq, Nasiriyah, Al-Quds, Baghdad, Fallujah, Helmand, Al-Qaim, Ramadi, Karbala, Mosul, Najaf, Samarra, Qasr, to name a few. And often simultaneous battles in Afghanistan, including the battles of Marjah, Mazar-i-Sharif, Sangin, Muskela, Garmsir, Shock Valley, Kop Keating, Ganjgal, again, to name only a few. Day in and day out, thousands of miles away, they strapped on kit, loaded magazines, and sought out, closed with, and destroyed these barbarians, these cowards who wore no uniform and whose tactics ranged from improvised explosive devices to hiding behind women and children, knowing the compassion and discipline of our youngest and finest, who throughout kept their honor clean. No better friend, no worse enemy. And today, 20 years later, we hear our elite, hubristic politicians sitting in lofty, safe places sing your praises. Our troops are the finest, they boast. No better in the world, they say. And they ride your coattails as if Caesar returning from battle, as if they knew the smell of battle, understood the loss of comrades, and shared the pain you carry for the rest of your lives. And boastfully and very foolishly declare the war is over. So selfish in their supreme arrogance and blissful in their ignorance, for they don't realize in war the enemy always gets a vote. And yet, to a one, you get up and do it all over again. You, the first ever generation of warriors, comprised solely of young Americans who voluntarily raised their right hand and swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. To obey the orders of their President of the United States and the orders of those officers appointed over them. You swore this solemn oath under God, and you never lost a battle. you never gave up. 20 years. 20 years. And you never forgot. You never forgot. You abided by your code of conduct, while others in their ivory towers abandoned it. Article 2, I will never surrender of my own free will. If in command, I will never surrender the members of my command while they still have the means to resist. Last I checked, we still have the means. When all seems to be going wrong, you are the constant our nation looks to. You are the rock which makes our nation great. And you are the refuge of honor when trust is in doubt. You are my brothers and sisters, who Theodore Roosevelt was talking about when he said, we can have no 50-50 allegiance in this country. Either a man is American and nothing else, or he's not American. You, my brothers and sisters, are without compromise Americans. And you return to your communities with the scars of 20 years of battle tucked away, and continue to give, to serve, to define what the fabric of this great nation truly is. You didn't forget. You never forgot. The resurgence of the American Legion, the creation of a new Marine Corps League detachment, and the incredible growth of this band of brothers and sisters, and most importantly, what we represent. The countless hours and dollars you donate to our community causes, your tireless support to fellow veterans of all eras. This is all you, the 9/11 generation. You didn't forget. America, our America's just fine. Our America lives on. Our America takes no bended knee, but to the King of Kings, the Lord our God. Our America stands for our flag. Our America represents all that is good and honorable, while those who foolishly claim to represent us continue blissfully in their self-serving ways. Negotiated settlement. Negotiated settlement. The only way to negotiate with your enemy is with your knee on their chest and a blade to their throat. We won't forget. Meanwhile, 13 flag-draped caskets arrive in Dover, and we add 13 more Gold Star families to our prayers. On this 20th year of vigilance and sacrifice, this 20th year of you, the 1%, protecting and sacrificing for our great nation, we salute you, our newest, greatest generation. For you are all that is right. You are all that is honorable. You are all that shines in spite of our faults. In times of national crisis, in times when our leaders choose political gain over moral compass, partisan goals over strategic imperatives, in times when America is in doubt, they look to her military. And you never fail. Never fail. You are my America. You are our America. You may stand proudly, head held high, and shoulder to shoulder with our brothers from Vietnam, Korea, and World War II, and those countless others who fought our nation's battles, for you are America. So, what next? Next, you'll do as our brothers of the Vietnam era did for us. You will mentor our next generation of warrior, our youth, our children. You will put your arm around them and teach them, and you will continue to lead by example those who will follow in your footsteps. You will live your life with dignity and honor, for this is who you are, the very best our nation has to offer. And you will reassure them that they will do very violent things in the name of freedom, because this is what our nation demands. And the enemy cares not whether you are woke. They laugh at the mere thought. You will ensure that this great experiment continues to flourish as a shining beacon of freedom we have been and always will be. A place where dreams come true. A place where God, family, and country take precedence over self. We're going to be okay. So long as we have American sons and daughters like you, we're going to be just fine. May God bless you. May you give comfort to the Gold Star families. And may God bless the United States of America.
Amen. close out this evening, what we're going to do